I hope you guys are doing great, or good at least, and I hope that nobody is receiving bombs in the top of his head as we speak. You know, in the last few days, I don't really like to go live on air because those news I see is very disgusting. And the comment I see from people is more disgusting. And I discovered that between Christians, there's a lot of deception and a lot of stupidity. You know, people think that because we see a video in YouTube, we say something about it. People think because we see something in Fox News, we believe it. People think you can think as much as you want, but you are not thinking. Today, our title, as you see, Ukraine expose the evil of the West and the East, or the East and the West, doesn't matter. You know, when Putin, a few days ago, he decided to sign a signature, you know, he decided to give a land their own independent, and it doesn't matter this land belong to who, and that's it, you know, and those lands don't have a flag. He have two guys sitting there, and they are a president of a little town. And His Majesty, he said, okay, you know what, I'm going to make a state today.
The documents, President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, is signing the executive decree on recognition of the Donetsk People's Republic.
That's it. But this republic does not have a flag. They carry the Russian flag. Okay. But here you see, we remember same thing happened just a few years ago by the dump Trump. This is the dump Trump. He is signing the same document to give the Golan Heights to Israel. You see, when in the West, they speak about the bad Putin. I mean, who in the world are you to give a land has nothing to do even with you? It's thousands of miles away to give it to a neighbor country. It's called Israel. Oh, Israeli, our friends. I decide to give them, okay, listen, the Golan Heights is your land. Okay, I'm going to give you a signature. It's exactly the same garbage. And here we ask ourselves, why nobody put sanctions in the dump Trump? How come? It's exactly the same thing. I mean, are you allowed to take a land from a country and give it to other country because you are a superpower and you have a pen? Here you notice that both are evil. And both, they have zero ethic. When Bill Clinton, he decided to bomb Serbia, regardless what you want to say about this war, who is right, who is wrong, but who are you? And why you jump there? And why nobody put sanctions on USA bombing houses? A few years ago, the European, they bombed Libya and they killed Al-Qaddafi. Actually, I mean, they did not kill him right away. He was alive when they captured him, and then he died. So if Putin now decide to kill this guy, the president of Ukraine, he is learning from whom? Who is the best example of democracy? So my friend, we are not taking a side of any side except the truth. The truth is that Ukrainian people, they don't want Putin. They don't want to be under the occupation of Russia. It doesn't matter which side you take, but people have the freedom to choose. How come nobody put sanctions on Erdogan, who was just killing last year thousands of Armenians? Who allowed Erdogan to take his army and his high-tech airplanes and join the Azerbaijani army? And where was the NATO? Did anyone put sanctions on Erdogan? Or it's okay to kill the Armenian people? Jess Mamza said, Golan Height Golan Height, let me show you just how people they say things, which is I find it very funny. Our friend here, Jess, said, CP. I'm glad you did not say it doesn't say that CP, because this is a Muslim phrase. Golan Height up to Amman, Damascus down below Elliot into Saudi Arabia belong to Israel. So go take it. Why you are asking Trump? And the stupidity here is amazing, by the way. If you go to Israeli newspaper, you will see it says the occupation of the Golan Heights. So in Israel, they call it occupation. For you, it belongs to Israel. Even Netanyahu, he said, the occupation of Golan Heights, and we will never give it. But according to you, even Damascus belonged to Israel. Since when? Can you name for me the Jewish king he was, the king of Damascus, in history? Do even people have a brain? 1400 years ago, we have a bunch of mad people, they are Arab. They come to Damascus and they say, we have a God better than your God. And they took Damascus. Damascus belonged to the Syrian, who they are Aramaic, Syriac. It's not for the Jews, and it's not for the Arab. The same as Iraq. They went to the Assyrian and they said, you know what, we have a God better than yours. And they killed them and they took their land. The same as the Egyptian. This is the land of the Coptic. They come to Egypt and they occupy it and they say, we have a God better than yours. And this is the excuse to take your land. And now Putin, he's the God. So all of them are a bunch of a scumbag. And when you take a side of a scumbag, you are a scumbag too. Where was the NATO just last year when the Turkish were killing non-stop Armenian? Did anyone put sanctions? And do you think really that the NATO now or European Union putting sanctions in Putin because they love Ukraine? Listen carefully, they don't care. All what happened now, it was an opportunity. It is an opportunity to sanction Russia. In fact, the dump Biden, he just a week before the invasion, he told the Russian president, if the Russian invade Ukraine, we will do nothing about it. And it is true that more than 10 days before the invasion, all European Union and NATO, they start taking their embassies away, giving a clear signal saying, hey, we cleaned the house for you, come and take it. And Putin, he got it. They will not do anything. So why I will not do it? So they made Ukraine as a trap. He go there, we put sanctions on Putin. And this is how we punish Russia for not being the good boy. But they don't care for Ukrainian. Ukrainian, as we speak now, are dying. And they are fooling them with some RPG and Stinger missiles. This is not really a support. What about giving them real weapon? A shoulder weapon is just for street war. This is not an army weapon. What about we give them the airplane we gave to Jordan just 2 weeks ago? $4 billion gift from USA to Jordan. Today, the Australian, they decide to send $36 million to support Ukraine. which means less than 80 cents for every Ukrainian. I mean, come on, what you can do. This is amazing. Jeffrey is saying Golan Heights biblically is a Jewish territory. In fact, there is a synagogue in excavated Golan Heights. My friend, I want to see those verses. We're speaking about Golan Heights. It is biblically Jewish territory. Can you give us the reference? Secondly, as long we go by biblically, well, biblically, one day, Iraq belonged to Israel. What's wrong with people? Biblically. Do you see how evil people, they justify things? Suddenly now it's biblically. It is God. What's wrong with people? Isn't it the same reason the Muslims, they took the land, our land, from us 1400 years ago? Because they said it's God who gave it to us? So you are trying to say to people that God gave it to you. They say to their people, God gave it to us. But the truth is neither your land or their land. People, they are willing to justify all kind of a propaganda, and they will use everything in their hand. If they can, they will use holy scriptures. If they can, they will use anything. My friend, none of what you gave me there, saying that the Golan Heights belong to the Jews, that is a lie. Anyone can go and open those verses, and you will see you are wrong. If I ask you right now, when David, he had a fight with the enemy, where was the enemy and who are they? You will give me the answer. So you are ignorant, you do not know what are you talking about. All those verses, people, they can go and check them out. Suddenly the Golan Heights belong to Israel. And not only that, even Jerusalem. And I will not be surprised if those verses doesn't say Scotland. I think Moscow too. Don't you think Ukraine is included in those verses? People love to fabricate things. They love it. To justify anything. And the funny is, if I search right now for the word Golan Heights occupation, I will find it written tens of thousands of times in Israel by Israeli. It's very funny how people, they justify their evil, and very embarrassing. If there's a verse mentioning the word Golan, well, the verse there is mentioning that Golan belonged to Israel. Is it really? Was it? Yesterday it was Jerusalem, and today now the Golan Heights belong to Israel. Tomorrow Moscow will belong to Israel. And by the way, just to mention, the hypocrite Putin is bombing almost every city in Ukraine except one location. where there is a huge part of the Jews, because obviously he is in bed with Israel. They have an agreement. Don't touch our people, otherwise we can hurt you too. As simple as that. When this person, you know, Mr. Jeffrey, he mentioned to us as an example verses. And he said, well, those are Jolana. They belong to Israel. Our friend, if you read this first verse you just gave me, it says that Musa's run away there. He is not from there. And actually, all of us, we knew that Musa himself is an immigrant. So it's very funny of you that if I'm an immigrant or a refugee or ran away from a country, I go and I jump in a land and that make it my land. Very weird people, man. Unbelievable. So today we want to share that the truth is really ugly, and Putin now is practicing what USA practice always, what England practice always, what Turkey practice always, what Israel practice always, what the Chinese, they took the whole country of Tibet. How many countries are putting sanctions on China because of Tibet? Everything around me is made in China. Everything, every single made thing, the table, the microphone, the computer, Apple computer, the printer. Where is the sanctions? So, and Tibet is not part of China and never was. Tomorrow, Chinese will say, you know what? We are not going to invade a country which is not ours. We are going to invade Taiwan. Can you put sanctions on China? If you go put sanctions in China, you will go naked. USA Army will go to fight without socks. Putin, he understands very well that those cowards in the West, first, number one, they are cowards. They are terrified. This is why he back a secret, an army secret, a week before the invasion about the new missiles, which is super powerful, to shake the hell of them. And he mentioned clearly, if anyone intervene, you will see a response you never saw before. But all of us, we knew that he don't dare, and he will never dare, and even his people will not let him use those weapons. Because if he did, this will be the end of Russia too. This will be the end of the whole world. What he will do, he will nuke Qatar. This will kill all the Arab in the Gulf. We have bases everywhere. We have bases in Saudi Arabia. We have bases in Qatar. We have bases in Emirates. We have bases everywhere, you name it. He will burn Turkey. He will burn Germany. But they will burn him too. So this threat is an empty threat, and everybody knows nobody dare to use those weapons. Actually, this is the only good thing about those weapons. They stop a big war, because if they don't have those weapons now, they will be eating each other. But the one now is paying the price is those people in Ukraine. Those Western countries, they fooled them. They told them, we are with you. But they ran away 10 days before the invasion. And now they are saying, we want to send you a weapon to defend yourself. Where you been before the invasion? You know that the invasion is coming. Even the foreign minister of USA says today, Wednesday, before the morning, the Russian, they will invade. They have all the satellite. You can imagine what they have. Why you did not arm them? You have all those years waiting for what? And this guy, he have his soldiers in the borders for more than 8 months. Why now? And what you did now, actually? Giving them little firework. This guy is going to destroy those cities. And you don't care. You don't care how many soldiers he will die from his side. You don't care how many civilians will die from their side. This is not a Western country where the guy will lose the election, or when two people die, the prime minister, he resigned. This is Russia. The guy is arresting his people. Anyone who speak against him, he put him in jail. He accused him of anything. He is the same like Erdogan. You make an article about Erdogan, second day, if you are lucky, second day, not the same night, you will be in jail and you disappear. Why nobody put sanctions in the filthy Bill Clinton when he invaded Serbia and he start bombing over civilian, not only over Serbian army, even cities? Where are they? John saying, aren't these coward Western politicians actually making Russian people life harder with those sanctions? Well, my friend, I mean, making their life harder is not, so what about the life of people who they are losing their life? So now you are comparing somebody who will have difficulty to make a payment in a credit card with somebody he lost his house and his children in Ukraine? Is that what now you are worrying about, that we are making the life of the Russian harder? This is the only way, actually, left maybe, because those cowards will not do anything, is to make the Russian inside the country move against Putin. This is the only way. Maybe a revolution will happen inside the country and get rid of this dictator. And then we will have a new president who don't want war. We don't want Russia. We don't want anyone to kill the Russian. We don't want the Russia to be destroyed. Me, myself, actually, I have a very good appreciation of a country called Russia through history. I never was, and I will never be against Russian people. But I'm against this idiot. If everyone he have a regime next door he don't agree with, he go to change him by sending his army, this earth is demolished. He himself who don't like his friends is Iran. Is Iran is a good regime? Absolutely not. They are terrorists. So now because you have a friend, you are a friend of the terrorist Iranian regime, should we invade Moscow to change Putin? So he can change, he can choose his friends. He's a friend to Hezbollah. He's a friend to Al-Houthi. He's a friend to Syria. He's a friend to Cuba. He's a friend to Venezuela. But Ukraine cannot choose their friends. For a very simple reason. This guy, he have nukes. Ukraine, they don't. So people justify their evil as they wish. You know, when in Rwanda, I don't know if anyone remember, when in Rwanda there was a civil war between two big, huge tribes, Tutsi and Hutsi, something like that. And people were burned alive. More than 500, 600,000 people died. The NATO never sent a soldier. And the Russian never sent a soldier. And the Muslim never sent a soldier. And never give a penny. Why? Because they are black, African, poor. Let them kill each other. Who care? When Kuwait was occupied by the filthy Saddam Hussein, a terrorist. But this is the same terrorist who was our friend just a few weeks before. fighting Iran. So Saddam Hussein invade Kuwait. Suddenly all the NATO and countries from around the world join the fight to defend Kuwait. So think about it this way. If Ukraine have oil like Kuwait, how many countries will join to defend Ukraine? All the country of Kuwait is in the size of a farm in Texas. Actually, there's some farms in Texas are bigger than Kuwait. Somebody saying, I hope that Putin will cut your gas. My friend, we have more gas than Putin and his mother. They have for centuries. This is America, my friend. You are stupid, ignorant. Just 2 years ago, we were #1 producer of oil and gas in the world. But since we have the dump Biden, he stopped all the drilling. He ordered because he want to go green. So Abdul, Potato, Ingo, we have oil more than you do. Go check YouTube. Oh, search Prophet Google, and you will see. We have enough oil for centuries and centuries to come. We were selling oil to Europe and everybody. We do not need Putin. Actually, I wish he would stop giving us oil so we will open our drilling so the stupid Biden, he will stop being stupid. We do not need your gas. By the way, just to let you know, I can cook your sentence by farting. Do you know that farting is flammable? Your gas, all this is over. And here we go to the stupid German who they decide to go green. Even though the green government of Germany remind me of a lizard who changed his color. You want to go green. Okay, let us go green. Okay, but did you go green? You did not. You're buying gas, you're stupid. So they stop all the nuclear facility to generate power. They don't use the coal. And they don't use oil. And now they are buying gas from Putin. I mean, have you ever heard of something stupid like this? So did you go green? They are stupid. All those liberals in the world, they have mental issue. Follow the money. My friend, this is not just about money. Those are beasts are fighting over power. And Ukrainian are poor people. You know, I told you I was there just a few months ago. When I went away, I don't share where I go. This is how I am. You know, some people, they tell everybody right away. I wasn't given information. I was there when you guys, you thought I'm on vacation. I was there. I was in Ukraine. Ukrainian people, they have nothing to do with your business, the money you are talking about. They are poor. They don't even have a fan in their house. You will see a couch inside the house from centuries ago. They can't even repair their houses. I was going inside buildings and taking pictures of the walls and the ceiling. Those people have nothing to do with your money. Those people are victims of those big beasts. And now European Union and NATO, they felt, you know what? I guess if we don't do something, they are first and we are next. You know, Finland is coming next. Actually, he made a threat to Finland. You cannot join them. He made a threat to Sweden. This guy will not stop. You can support whoever you want. You can love Russia. You can hate Ukraine. You can hate me. You can hate yourself. This is your business. But don't be evil. Don't be evil. Who in the world, this guy, who gave him, in order to change the president, you are going to use cluster bombs over city? What if we do the same to him in Moscow now? The guy, he will hit the nuke right away. Oh, I can do it to you. You cannot do it to me. That is a clear sign of evil. My system, Jesus kicked out the money lender. Learn from Jesus. Here we go. So now, okay, we learn from Jesus that he kicked out the money lender. What we will do now, what exactly you are saying to me? What we should do? We should not give money to Ukraine. Because, you know, money lender, you know. I don't know what to say. You know, this is why actually, in the previous video I made, I put all comments in hold, and you guys are wondering where is the comment, because the comment of people are really disgusting. Think about it in a very simple way. What if it was my house, the one they are bombing? The West want to fight with Russia? Okay, fight with Russia. Go fight. The Russian, they want to fight with America? Okay, go. They don't dare to fight each other, so they go out of the little ones. They want to make example of the little one to make a victory in front of their people, but it's a fake victory. And now this coward Putin, he cannot go back to his people, says, oh, all what I did, it was nothing. You know, I could not even change the president. So he is willing to destroy the whole country in order to bring a fake agenda and a fake victory. Because even if you put a new president, a year, 2 years, 3 years, people will revolt and they will change him. What he will do again? Invasion again? Just to show you the stupid people. Just to show you the example of the stupid people. You are full of American propaganda. You stupid idiot, son of Muta. The first thing I start saying is, who is the one who gave the American the right to do this? And who is the one who gave the Russian the right to do this? What American propaganda? Half of my video today is speaking against America, against the West. And this donkey saying, Lul CB, you are full of American propaganda. You are full of shit. And I made you angry. What American propaganda? Isn't it me that start the video saying, who gave the right to Trump the dump to give the land of Golan Heights to Israel? Isn't it Putin is learning from the dump Trump to take the land of Ukraine and give it to himself? You're full of American propaganda. Okay? You're full of... Just tell your mom to change your diaper. And don't get married. Either if you are a female or a male. Doesn't matter. Whoever you marry, she will leave you or he will leave you. And you notice that every single Muslim leader is supporting Putin. Isn't it weird? You see, through history, this is what I learned about Arab specifically and Muslims in general. Muslim leaders are like the hyena. You know the hyena? The hyena, he watch from far distance. When the fight is over, the dead one, he eat him. Yesterday or the day before, they have a vote in the United Nations. The one who refused to vote against Russia is Emirat, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Egypt, for sure Syria, Jordan, They, all of them. Not a single one. He is against Putin. That is for a very simple reason. Those are nations who are, you know, I mean, they betray everybody. They betray their father. You see, when the Quran speak about the Arab, speak very negative about the Arab, in case you do not know. But the Quran speak about the Bedouin Arab, you know, the Bedouin Arab. But all the Arab are Bedouin anyway. But Muhammad, he think that he is better than the Bedouin because he have a house. So he said Al-Arab, and he say they are liars. But he don't call himself and the Arab in general are liar. He said Al-Arab, which is the Bedouin, the one who live in the tents. But all of us, we knew that even those who have a palace right now, the Prince of Emirat, they have a tent until now. And they don't enjoy really the palace, which is covered by gold, as much they enjoy the tent. All of them, they are supporting Putin. And here you ask yourself, well, those, they have American base, they have American army, they have Qatar. They promise even Putin they will not increase the volume of production of oil and gas. Obviously, he gave them the red eye, says, watch, don't make me angry. So those little ones, the Arab countries, because they have no protection, Allah is not protecting them. There's two gods for them. One, his name is Putin, and the other one, he forgot his name. His name is Biden. So they say to themselves, let us do what Erdogan he always do, or what the Turkish always do. Like in the World War II, when Hitler was taking over every country, the Turkish were waiting to see if Hitler win, they will go side with Hitler. If Hitler lose, we will go against Hitler. And this is exactly now what Erdogan is doing. I cannot cancel my ties and friendship to Russia, neither Ukraine. Which means, leave me alone. I will watch both countries killing each other. All of them, they worship one currency. All of them, they are evil. And nothing new. So I wanted to remind you today that whatever people they say about Ukraine, Ukrainian people are the victims. They are victims because they are weak. And this is, I don't know to say if this is their fault or not. They should be arming themselves ready so nobody will take them. And now what will happen? Because of Putin, the whole world will suffer. And I will tell you how. The spending for war machines will go high, skyrocketing. Already stock market for companies who make war machines is going so good. So now every single country in the world, instead of spending money to build the schools, making your life better, streets, electricity, education, hospitals, medicine, every single country now is rethinking about how much his budget will be for the coming year. Germany, who never wanted to have a big army anymore, they just decide to spend $100 billion to increase their army power. We have Germany again in the field. I have a friend here in the text, he keeps saying, Jesus said, money is the root of all evil. My friend, obviously you do not understand the Bible. If money is the root of all evil, do you donate to the church? Do you? Why people they say things without, recognizing that money is just a way of exchange? When Jesus he speak about money, it's about you living for money. It's not about the money itself. Just to make it simple for you, my friend, when Adam and Eve was in heaven, there was no money. Somebody told you that Eve, she told Adam, give me your credit card because I want to buy apple from the apple tree. Don't have a little brain. Jesus is not speaking about the money itself. He's speaking about those who serve money. Those who worship money. Otherwise, you can feed poor with money. You can help somebody, a child who is sick, like now in Ukraine. You can donate to them. You can do a lot of goods with money. So it's about what kind of money you are doing, what you do with it. You know, Ingo, he is excited now because I said the Arab are rude. Or I said something he liked about the Arab. A second ago, he was against me. Now, the second I said something negative about the Arab, and I am an Arab, he liked me now. Look at this. Was that typical behavior of an Arab? I really support you, but it doesn't mean I have to share your opinion. Arab are rude. I agree. Hey, my friend, you remind me of a stupid idiot. His name is James White. He says Middle Eastern are rude. They are hot-blooded. Well, as I understand that all the disciples of Jesus were Middle Eastern. And as I understand that Jesus himself called the bad ones sons of snakes. He's rude, brother. He's rude. He's rude. Did I kill you? Did I call you son of a snake? Son of serpent? Huh? Did I say that your father is the devil? So, you know, there's a bunch of kids here, and this is one of the part of the comedy. Sometimes, like, you go to a funeral, it's a funeral, but you cannot hold yourself from laughing. I remember once we were in high school, and this is the first time we attend the funeral. Our teacher, his father, he passed away. Before we entered the house, we told everybody we have to be serious, okay? I mean, come on. It's a funeral. Less than 7 minutes after we entered the house, we could not stop laughing because of things we saw. But we agreed. Listen, this is a funeral. There's a dead guy in the ground. And this is what happened here. We are talking about death of people, but you cannot hold yourself from laughing. And sometimes you ask yourself, did really God created those people? Or they are alien, not made by our God? I don't care here, by the way, if you agree with me or not. And why you should agree with me anyway? If I am wrong, I don't agree. But don't be stupid. Do you like somebody to bomb your house? It doesn't matter who you are African, you are white, you are Asian. Do you like somebody to destroy your house? Do you like your son going to school and he get killed? Do you like it? Isn't it the Bible says, wish to yourself what you wish to others? So why we will not care about Ukraine? We shall not care then if we don't care for ourselves. So if Putin now is doing it to us, or any country is weak, Putin, he can go and invade and he can take it. Who's going to stop this guy? Same for the American. The whole system in this earth should change. Those, they call themselves United Nations. I call them the gang of nations, because The one who is there is the elite. It's not the people. What about they make an assembly that, you know what, anyone do aggression from now on, no matter who, we put sanctions on him, we buy nothing from him, we close his airport, or let us say his airplane will not welcome, his goods are not welcome, his money is not welcome, his people are not welcome. Anyone, including America, including France, including England, it doesn't matter how big, how small. It's time for us to stand against the aggression. Doesn't matter who do that. Saudi Arabia right now is bombing Yemen for the last 4 or 5 years. Which country having sanctions in Saudi Arabia? Nobody. Putin, he will never do that. He mind his own business. So his business is in Syria now. I mean, people, they are really funny. These guys, Putin will never do that. He mind his business, okay? He do business. And now his business is in Syria. It was in Syria, and now he moved his business to Ukraine. It's his business. You know, listen carefully. Putin, he will never do that. He mind his business. It's a country. It's called Ukraine. There's more than 40 million human beings there. They don't want him. No. He mind his business. Putin is not like that. Listen, first of all the video you see in YouTube of the bombing, this is firework. It's fake. Actually, the truth is, I heard the news today. This is the truth. I got from RT that the Ukrainian army in the entrance of Moscow, and Moscow and Russian, they are leaving for their life. I saw it with my own eyes. I heard too that the Ukrainian army occupying Pittsburgh. Yes, I saw it. It was a cartoon, but it's true. People are really weird. And this coward Putin, he is the one who led the Turkish just a few months ago to kill the Armenian. Where was his army and his nukes few months ago? Just because he have some deals with the Turkish, he sold the Armenian to the Turkish. It's a fact. His army appear when he want. His army go to sleep when he want. So, my friends, don't take a side of those leaders. All of them, they are evil. But never support anyone attack other country. You know, Israel is bombing Syria almost every week. And the Syrians are not bombing. Since more than 20, 30 years ago, there's no war between them, no more. Oh, we are bombing Hezbollah in Syria. Okay. But that's mean that anyone, I mean, as long as there's no attack coming from their border, so you can go and attack because there's Hezbollah there. Oh yeah, we can do that. Okay. Well, that's mean that Syrian, they can attack any of their neighbors if there is any group in their neighbors against them. As simple as that. Netanyahu, he was hosting terrorists from Syria in the Golan Heights. He opened a hospital for them and he armed them. All of them, they are liars. All of them, they speak of democracy. All of them, they speak of a human right. But none of them give about your right any. I don't want to use bad language. Putin, he don't like the Ukrainian friends. I don't want you to be friend to USA. But he can friend Hezbollah. He can friend Iran. He is the one who built the nuclear facility, and now they are negotiating with them just because of Russia. Those people in Iran, they cannot even build a chicken house. All of this is because of Putin. This guy, just give me money, I will build for you nukes, no problem. And I find it very weird that the same day the attack started in Ukraine, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, he come to visit Putin. Pakistan. And I find it very weird that India is supporting Putin too. I mean, look, the enemies, all the enemies, or even the enemy of each other, that they are all in his pocket. Even Taliban with Putin. The Saudi, the Emirati, the Bahraini, even the Indian, the Hindus. And even Israel is getting mute because they don't dare. They have business with him. And here you see that all of them, they are devilish. If you insult Prophet Muhammad, the Prime Minister of Pakistan will be angry. But how much, doesn't matter how many millions die, it's okay. But insulting Prophet Muhammad, haram. Lord have mercy. So I'm not going to keep you here for long, but I am saying to you that all those who speak too much about justice in the West, they are no better than those who speak about justice in the East. The Chinese, the Muslims, the Arab, the Pakistani, the Indian, the British, Trudeau. People in your country even cannot express their mind. You go on the street, you arrest them with Trudeau. And he was talking about Putin is arresting his people in the street. Can you believe it? Trudeau is upset because Putin is arresting the people who prostrate themselves in the street. He just did it 2 days ago. They are liars. Somebody saying, well, India have no choice. They have 50% of their weapon coming from Russia. We know. Okay, well, this is not the question. The question, where is your dignity? So because you have weapon from Russia, we our dignity now go in the box. You remind me, there is actually, since I start making videos about Russia, if I go to Patreon now, I will see how many people drop donation. I don't care. Go take your donation. I don't take a side. I don't care. When I speak, I say, don't attack the Catholic. I see somebody, he's a Protestant, sending me an email saying, you know what, I'm not going to donate for you. No more. You're defending the Catholic. And the same I do when I defend the Protestant. I will see someone Catholic saying to me, you know what, I'm not going to donate for you. No more. You defend the Protestant. The same for, I don't care. All of you, go. I take no side. The wrong is wrong. The right is right. I am an American. I did join the USA Army, and I speak against my own government before I speak about other government. I take no side when the truth comes. I don't care who get upset. I don't care who accept, who like. This is your business. But I'm not for sale. And all of you, what you are saying to me, that India is not doing the right thing to condemn what Putin did because they are buying, they have no choice from Russia. Everybody is buying from Russia. Everybody buying from China. Why you want people to stand with you when the Pakistani is attacking your land, if you don't stand with people who they need your stand when it's time for it, time will come, my friend, and India will need every single human being to stand with them. When they go in a big scale war with Pakistan, every Muslim in the world will support Pakistan against India. And then you Indian, you will say to me, oh, why you don't support us? I will say to you, you know what, we have business with the Muslims. You remember what you did? You're buying weapon from Russia, so you don't dare to speak against Russia. What you do to others will be done to you. It's just a matter of time. Soon China is going to take half of the Philippines. It's going to take Singapore. It's going to take Malaysia. And they will take it for a snack, Indonesia. Who's going to stop them? Imagine if China decides to take Indonesia tomorrow. Who is going to stop them? Indonesian army? Because now, by allowing what's happening now and not standing for the right and against the wrong, all big ones will swallow the small one. We are back to the ocean. The big fish will eat a small fish. America done more evil than Russia. I agree. I did not say they did not. But because we don't stand against the evil when evil happens, and we side with partners, we don't side with the truth, those things will keep happening. So we need to learn that when my country, in this case is America, do wrong, I will say America is wrong. America is doing evil. Don't side with a government or a person maybe you like. Side with what is right, so you can keep your dignity. People who have no dignity, they have nothing. Why spreading propaganda? Hellbond. What is the propaganda? Can you summarize my propaganda, Mr. Hellbond? I think you are not Hellbond. You are James Bond's son. Look at this genius. Look at this guy. Look at this genius. Why spreading propaganda, CP? You are not like that. Okay, I have a challenge for you. Can you type for me the propaganda I'm spreading in the chat? Can you summarize my propaganda? I'm waiting for you. I just made you famous. Hellbond. I'm waiting. What is my propaganda? What is exactly that? I'm waiting for you, and I want to learn from you. Give me the summary of my propaganda. I will put it in the screen, I promise you, because I want you to expose me. Hey people, don't you want to see my propaganda? Mr. Hellbond, the son of Mr. James Bond, is more than welcome, is going to give you a little tiny summary of my propaganda. I'm waiting. You know what? I'm sure you have no idea what you just said. Is that what you said to your wife when she sent you to buy some meat? You come back with zucchini, and she said, where's the meat? She said, I bought zucchini. Where is the meat? Oh, I bought zucchini. I'm asking you, where is the meat? I told you I bought the zucchini. Listen, potato, I send you to buy meat. Where is the meat? Listen to me. I'm not going to listen to your propaganda. And now he is asking himself what I can say to this guy. He did not expect me to put him in the... It's coming? Hellbond, it's coming. Are you sure it's with O, not you? Guys, Hellbond, he will summarize my propaganda. It's coming. You remind me of your Prophet Muhammad when he says a Muslim man in heaven, he will be coming for 70 years. I hope that your coming will not take 70 years. Sometimes you get upset. I can't say I get upset from God, but sometimes, I mean, you do. You say, God, did you create those people really? Are they your creation or they are a defect? Maybe a defect. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you longer here. I hope you learned something from this video. Never take a side of any leader in the world. Never take a side, even if you are a Christian. Don't take a side of a person who's a Christian. Just because he's a Christian, no, we are not the same as the Muhammadan. Muhammadan, they believe that you have to give help to your brother. He is bad or good, doesn't matter. We don't do that. We don't do that. And Putin, he made a huge mistake. And I'm sure now he regrets the stupidity he did. He did really a stupid mistake. In politics field, in war field. Now all his enemies, he just woke up everybody. They will relax. Germany, who never have an army, Germany have no army. I mean, their army is funny. Now they decide to put, as a start, $100 billion in the spot right away. Now, every one of those is going to increase a massive size of an army. So the stupid Putin, he did not say to himself, you know what, we are like protected, we have missiles, we can burn the whole earth twice, 3 times, 5 times. Who dare to attack us anyway? It's not enough for him. He want to expand. And now every single nation, instead of buying bread to their people, including the poor in Pakistan, in India, in Syria, in Iraq, you name it, everywhere, they will buy weapon. And actually, the funny is that Putin, he was bragging about his 400 missiles and the S-500. They can shoot an airplane or a missile from a distance of 300 miles away. And then after 6 days, we find that Ukrainian airplanes are still flying. What was about that? How you claim that you can shoot anything flying from, you can discover all targets from far distance? Obviously, it is a lie. Why he don't stop what he started? Well, the answer is very simple. Imagine after all what happened, after all what he did, he started the war. He made himself look so ugly, even in front of his own people. Even the one who used to support Putin, me myself, you know, I don't really, I like many things he did. As an example, when he went to Syria, he was fighting the terrorists. The evil American government was supporting the terrorists in Syria with Erdogan and the Prince of Qatar. This guy, he stood against the evil American government and the evil Netanyahu and the evil Saudi and the evil Qatari and the evil Emirati and all evil, and he is the only one who stood up against the terrorists in Syria. So I appreciate what he did. But now what is the excuse? To go to Ukraine. He took already big part of their land, the most important, beautiful part, Crimea. He took it, and the excuse it used to be for us one day. Okay, who gave it to them? Oh, we gave it to them. Okay, why you are taking it back? Oh, we can take it back. So did they say that this land used to be your land and you gave it to them as you claim? Did they take it by war, or you gave it to them? Oh, no, we gave it to them. But you can't take it back. And the Turkish, they claim that this is the land of their grandfather. Why Putin don't go and take back Alaska? Alaska is 3 times the size of Ukraine. Which one is more important? Alaska, the treasure, full of gas and oil and resource. Alaska can feed the world. Alaska can heat, can warm up, can give gas, oil, unlimited resource. Why Putin don't go there? Oh, because this is part of USA, and we can't go in war with USA. Did you see how a snake incident was fake and nobody killed? I don't know if this is true. And if you are saying to me, my friend, that people make up lies, well, the one who published the video, it was the Russian. And if it was not true, what is the proof? You bring a few soldiers, you force them to say whatever you want? You are smarter than this, my friend. In the wartime, if ISIS now capture me and they want to take off my nails, they will say to me, say that you love Prophet Muhammad. Imagine a Christian prince, he say he loves Prophet Muhammad. Say it. If you don't say it, don't be a stupid idiot. In wartime, all sides, they lie. But it's not a lie that there is bombs falling in houses. It's not a lie that there's hundreds of thousands of people crossing borders. And trust me, my friend, people don't leave their houses to go sleep in a tent, to be humiliated in the street, in the time of the snow and cold, taking their children, their kids. Nobody run unless they have to run. If you serve ever in the army, you will study that there is a propaganda department, how they can affect the public locally in the enemy land and international. RT, they are professional. The West are stupid. I have to confirm that. You see, Western, you go to Fox News, one guy in Fox News, his name is a trucker, he is against supporting Ukraine. Why we want to go to Ukraine? Why we need to support them? They are corrupt. And then you see Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity says, look what Putin is doing. We should support them. The same TV station. In Russia today, you don't see that. It's a government. Everything is government controlled. In USA, somebody says to me, why we don't shut, then if you are asking to shut down RT, and they are lying, what about Fox News? What about CNN? My friend, we can't even shut them down. Those are protected by law. You see, YouTube banned the president of USA. Twitter banned the account of Trump. Facebook, they banned the account of Trump. He was the president at that time. Media in USA, they are protected. Nobody can shut them down. They are not government. Even the president of USA cannot shut down. Somebody, imagine, you are the president, you are the one who can burn this earth. And then a little guy behind his computer in Facebook, he can stop your account. This is not a Christian Prince account. This is the president of USA account. So obviously you don't understand how America works. You think that Fox News is a government TV station. Those are business TV stations. Few days ago, before the invasion, Jeffrey saying NATO and West expanding, not Russia. Well, that is in your dream, my friend. Obviously, you have no idea. USA is trying to expand their territory all the way to Venezuela. They have already a base in Syria, and they were negotiating to have a base. Let me remember what's the name of the country in Africa. Let us ask Prophet Google. You see, people are really they're naive. They, Russia is a super powerful country, and they want to have bases everywhere. They are learning from the American. Actually, the Russian army now is fighting everywhere, and they give them private names. As an example, what they call the private company, which is Professional Fighters of Russia. It's like a Blackwater. That Blackwater is the American, the Russian, they have a different one. I forgot the name. They are fighting in Libya. They are in Mauritania. They are in Somalia. They are everywhere. Okay. Here it says, this is just the news. You can check it out. In the past few months alone, Russia has signed military cooperation agreement with Nigeria, Ethiopia, Africa's two most, population nation. All right? And even with the French Dominican, I don't know what is that. I never heard of it before. So they are extending, and not to mention Venezuela and, Honduras, in South America, those poor countries. What Russia have to do with Cuba, as an example? Is Cuba a neighboring country? Not long time ago, almost a nuke war happened when the Russian decide, or at that time the Soviet Union decided to put their nukes in Cuba. So when you say it's not, it's not the Russian expanding, this is not true. Everybody trying to expand. Erdogan trying to build military base in Libya, in Africa, everywhere, in Somalia. When the American left right away, Erdogan, he volunteered to jump in Afghanistan. Wagner, yes, Wagner, sorry. Thank you for giving me the name. Yeah, so, people, they are like, they think that Putin is the angel who is sucking candy, he is the good boy, and the Western are the bad. Well, you have a bad idea about what's happening. You see, for us, we look at things, they themselves didn't see it. Here we talk about ethic. For them, USA run business using CIA, and CIA is not an ethical department. Same as Putin. He is not an ethical man. Same as Biden. Same as a Trump. Christian, U.S. is in the fuse of this since 2014. CIA sponsored a group against legitimate government. Okay, hold on. I will go with you. I will go with you, what you said. Do you remember when people in Syria, they decided to remove the president of Syria? That's it, the terrorists. They decide to take the Assad regime. Who is the one who kept the Assad regime there? The Russian. All of us we knew. Okay. And what is the price? The whole country is demolished. So the question is, why the President Putin, who was a president, did not do what he did now 2014. How come he want to save a president of Syria in the middle of nowhere compared to Russia? And he sent his airplanes, his army, etc. But he did not save his president, the one you call he is elected. And the funny is, the president you call him elected, just 2 days ago, he went in the street and he said he want to fight Putin. This is the excuse, in the Middle East we have a story of a guy. His name Juha. Juha is a comedian. He's funny. So Juha, he decided to sell his house for a very cheap price. Very cheap price. He told the new owner, listen, I will give you the house for $10. Okay? But I have one nail in the wall. I have the right to visit my nail anytime and use it. Okay? The guy said, a nail? He said, yeah, it's okay. This guy, he bought the house, he moved in. And this guy, Juha, he come in the middle of the night. And he knocked at the door and he told the new owner, Assalamu alaikum. The guy, he said, what? It's middle of the night. What, you're coming here? He said, oh, you forgot our agreement? I sold you the house, but I have the nail. I want to use my nail. We have agreement. And the nail is in the bedroom. And Juha, he take his donkey to tie his donkey to the nail. The guy, he said, you cannot do that. Juha, he said to the new owner, read the agreement. It says, I have the right to use that nail in any way I wish. Anytime I wish. And now you are coming with me with the excuse. There was a legitimate president, okay? And he is the friend of Russia. And the CIA, they told the people in the street to go against him. And people in the street, he says, yes, sir, CIA, we are going to do it. And they went to the palace. And they start shouting, CIA, CIA, get out of UA. And the guy, he ran away. He went to where? To Russia. And the Russian, they said, oh, Habibi Juha, you are our nail, and we are going to nail them with it. What's wrong with people? People kick them out. It's not an invasion. Do the same. Make the people go out in the street and take this president down. If the CIA can do it as you claim, what kind of Clorox you are using for your laundry, Russian people? What RT for? You see, people don't use their brain. And this is the friend of the Russian. He got upset. I don't know if really he get upset or he is just trying to be, like there's some people, they go with the wave. So when the Russian, they are the strong, he go with them. When the Russian, they are the weak, he go against them. He found that his reputation is not doing good, so he decided to get it back because he was the puppy of Russia.
Ukrainian people are definitely not accept Putin, and
here we go. This is your friend. He was a legitimate president. He is the legitimate president. Okay, the CIA, they took him away. The CIA. This is why I love the Chinese. When they said, he left as a donkey, never come back as a horse. This is your friend. This is the one who you claim that he is the legitimate president. He is saying, we will fight Russia. Are you going to swallow your tongue now? You just said, this is the real legitimate president. He is holding a gun and those are his men behind him. And he is saying, we are going to fight. We are 2 kilometers away from the Russian soldiers, and we are going to fight them. So what you will do now? Oh, you will say now he is not legitimate. He is not legitimate. He was legitimate a minute ago, according to your text. I'm sure now he is not legitimate no more. He is not legit. He is a mate. Don't try me, my friend. Don't try me. This is not the one? What do you mean that is not the one? This is the one. This is the one who ran to Russia. This is not the one, CP. This is not. This is the one. He just came a few months ago, 2 months ago. He came back to Ukraine. This is not the one. Doesn't say that, CP. It doesn't say that, CP. See? He returned. This is when? This is June 17. He returned, the same guy. He returned to Kyiv. From where? He returned from Russia. Unbelievable. This is not the one, CP. There's other one. He is the legitimate president. But this is the same one who ran away 2014. This is the one you mentioned. And this is your friend, the friend of Russia. Do you think the CIA, they clone someone like him? I will tell you a true story. There's a guy, he married a girl. And then he's Arab. You know, we Arab, we don't see the girl until we go to the bedroom first night. And then this Arab, he is a, you know, I know him very well, my friend. I know his name. I mean, his name is Muhammad bin Ahmad bin Ali Ahmad Muhammad Hassan Ali Madbul Ahmad Khudri Hijab Halululu. I know him very well. So this guy, he married a girl, and she is supposedly very beautiful. When he went to the bedroom, she took her burqa. It turned to be a man. Do you know why this happened? It was the CIA. The CIA, they replaced his bride. They told him it's a girl, and she is so beautiful, and she have no hair in her legs. This Arab guy, he is my cousin, he went to the bedroom, and he found what? She is not even a woman. She's a man. She have 2 testicles, a lot of hair in the chest. First of all, he said to himself, maybe the breast, they went down because she used to jump a lot. I mean, it's true that the breast location doesn't make sense. It is down, down, down. So why they are there? I mean, my cousin is not that smart, by the way, but he discovered immediately it must be the CIA. You remind me of the Muhammad, and anything happened with them, they blame the Jews. Let us blame the Jews. The woman, she say, honey, shouldn't we have sex so we have kids? How I can have sex with you? And the Jews are killing the Palestinians. But what the heck? He don't want to say that he cannot. It doesn't work. It doesn't stand up even for the anthem. The excuse is the Jews. Hey, honey, okay, well, now they are not fighting. Can we go to the bedroom and make a baby? I want to have a baby. Listen to me. I cannot have sex with you because the Jews. It cannot work. The Jews. When Muhammad, he have madness, they blame the Jews. When Muhammad, he was bewitched, they blame the Jews. When Muhammad was rejected, they blame the Jews. And even Muhammad, he claimed, if not the Jews, the food will not decay. And now you are doing the same. It is the CIA. My friend, don't you think that the CIA is the one who made me go on YouTube too? How you know? See, look, my name is a Christian Prince. Let me help you. Let me give you a hint. Christian Prince. All letters are there. All letters. Christian. Let me help you. Let me help you. C. Christian. This is first letter. C. Christian. Should I write it for you? It's obvious. I mean, you do not need to be a genius to blame the CIA. I heard that the CIA is the one who made the Prophet Muhammad. I don't know if this is true. Like, you know, in YouTube and the internet, you hear a lot of crazy stuff. You will hear an idiot. He's saying, don't you know that the Catholic is the one who made Muhammad? Really? Yes, the Catholic is the one who created Islam. I saw even an idiot. He was in the stage of a church. He was saying that Khadija, she was a Catholic nun. Khadija, she had 3 husbands, you idiot. She was a Catholic nun? And where? In Saudi Arabia? CIA. You know, we don't want to laugh in the funeral, but it happened. Anyway, guys, I will leave you with this. Sorry, the CIA is calling me. Hold on. Who is there? They are saying to me, you are not reading the script as we told you to read. You went out of the script. I received another message. It says, oh, sorry, this message was for Biden, not for you. Unbelievable. He left as a donkey. He never came back as a horse. And each one, he knows who's he. So if that doesn't go for you, I'm not saying it to you. However, I think the one who made this Chinese quotation, it was the CIA. With the CIA, I leave you with the peace of CIA. Unbelievable. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. Pray for Ukrainian and try to support them if you can, in any way you can. They deserve our support. They are poor people and they are victims of the beast fight. They are the victims of the fight of the beast between the West and the East and the Muhammadan. And this coward Qadarov, Muhammad Qadarov, you are a filthy, you are a drug dealer, you are the dog of Putin, and you will never have an honor. You cannot and you will not be more than a dog. And Putin is your master. Thank you. God bless you all.
But I mean, again, he doesn't know who Gabriel is, right? Because he didn't come from an Abrahamic faith. The people of Mecca were pagan.
The Quran has mentioned if this book was from other than God, they would have found in it many contradictions.
If a book is without contradictions, that has no bearing on whether it comes from God or not. I've had phone books that are inerrant, but I certainly don't think God gave them.
That we believe without understanding.
The brother asked a very important question, that most of the scholars say that listening to music, watching movies, and most of the television programs, they're haram. So how can we have fun? Let me tell you, brother, at the outset, that having fun is permitted in Islam as long as the fun is halal fun.
That the standard narrative has holes in it.
The Prophet tells us because Satan or the devil sleeps over our nostrils. Those who oversleep and not pray Fajr on time, Satan urinates in their
I
ears.
really do think Jesus was crucified and that he really was dead and buried. He thought that he was a son of God in the sense that he was specially chosen by God. I think Jesus really did think he was going to be the Messiah, the future king of Israel. I mean, that is, after all, why they crucified him.